Alright guys, hey, we're going to move on to chapter 2. This chapter is dealing with creating a research paper with citations and references. That's the project we're going to do. The stuff that we're going to do, I kind of learn throughout this chapter, is how to change line and paragraph spacing, insert, edit citations, add footnotes, manual page breaks, formatting, using shortcuts, header, footers, um, and using the ruler. Okay, those are the kind of the simple things that we're going to learn throughout this chapter. If you turn to your page WD71, that's where I'm going to start. The first thing they have us do is they want us to right click and then they want us to modify this style right here. Under the styles group, under the home tab, we want to right click where it says normal and we're going to modify it. Here we're going to change this to be 12. And this is going to be Times New Roman. And then from there, the next thing we need to do is make sure it's only on this document. We're going to hit OK. All right, we're going to go up here to line spacing, make sure it's on 2. Make sure if it says remove space after paragraph, we want to click that. Okay. So I just did page 73. We're going to go, I'm on page 74, we're going to go back up to normal, right click and see where it says update normal to match selection. We're going to do that because we just made some quick changes. Page 74. Alright, this is where we're going to now put at the top of the page, we need to put what's called the header. Okay, so we're going to go up to insert, and then you'll see header. And then we're going to go down to where it says edit header. Now these are all the different kind of fancy headers we can use. Okay, we're going to do edit header. Okay, and then here we're currently on the left side of the screen. All right. Come on. I'm going to do some shortcuts here so you can see it. Okay. That's why I got this down here. Hello. Alright, so we're on the left side. All headers, when we're doing an MLA research paper, MLA, we want it to be over here to the right. So there's a couple ways we can do it. We can go back to the home tab and click on the right, or we can, while we're here, we can just hit Control R, and that takes us to the right. And here's what we're going to put in for this particular project on page 77. At the top, it says enter text. We're going to type in Marino. Alright. Next thing you do at the bottom of 77, we're going to insert the page number. Now, if I put number 1 in, okay, every page after that is going to have the number 1. It's not going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to a gazillion. Alright, it's going to keep the number 1. So we have to manually insert the header number so that it goes in sequence order for us. Okay. So in 77, we're going to make sure we're under the header footer tools. We're going to go over here to insert page number. So header footer tools, page number. We want to go to current position, plain number. Okay. We're good on that. Now we need to make sure we get out of the header. So you can do it a couple ways. You can double click under the line, which I don't recommend. Or you can go right here, close header footer, and that puts us at the top left. Now we're ready to start the top of the page. Okay, for this particular project, I'm on page 79. It says to enter name and course information. It always goes in this order. I'm going to type out this stuff. You're going to actually type out the book information. Okay. Alright, always goes in that order. Writer's name, the teacher's name or professor, subject/class name, and then date. Okay. And as you can see, I got double spacing going on. Now in the book, you're going to notice these little guys. That lets us know that we don't have extra space. I know that because every time I hit enter, there's going to be that little backwards P, the music symbol thing. Okay. So that's why they're on there. You don't have to keep those on, but it just helps you keep yourself in line, make sure you're not screwing up, okay? So after we type date, we want to hit enter, and then we want to hit enter, or no, we don't want to hit enter again. We want to hit enter just once after date, and then we want to get to the center. A couple ways of doing it. You can hit the shortcut, which is right there, or you can hit Control E. What we don't want to do is hit space a gazillion times to get to the center, because that's really not the center. Okay, and how do I know if you did that? Well, when I turn on that little guy, see the little dots to show me that? So that's a space bar. Another way people like to do it is they hit the tab key a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not the right way of doing it. Don't do that. That's called doing too much. Okay. Control E, get to the center. So what it does, it gets to the center, and whenever you type, it makes sure that it adjusts it so it's always center, which means the same distance from the left is the same distance from the right. Okay. All right, so we're going to type in the title. You're going to type in, can you find me now? What I'm going to type is that. And that's essentially what it is. Okay. After I type in the title, I hit enter, get back to the left. So that's right here, a line left. So I hit Control L. Now the next step, display the ruler on page 82. Okay, you'd save it. Make sure you save it as your name. Triangulation paper. I'm going to go ahead and do that now so I don't forget. I've created a folder for myself. Actually, I'm going to do it with the name of the paper. There we go. Save and take a hot minute. Alright, so on 82 it says display the ruler. On the old Word we could click right up here and this would have the ruler. You can't on this one now. On Office 13 we have to go up to View, Ruler. Alright, so that's what you see right now. You don't have a ruler. But we want to go to View, Ruler. And why we're going to do that? Well, when we're typing a paper, we have to hit Tab to indent our paragraphs. This is the correct grammatically way of typing a paper. Okay, but instead of us having to do that every time, this saves us a step. Each time we write a paragraph, we don't have to hit Tab. We can just hit Enter and go. So on page 83, we're going to insert what's called a first line indent, which means that I take this guy right here. I'm going to take the very top little home plate triangle thing, and we're going to move it to the 0.5 mark. Now, if you notice, that old backwards P thing, wherever I'm moving that slider to, that's where it moves to. Alright, so we want it to be right there. That's essentially like if I was to hit Tab, it moves it to the 0.5. However, you can tell I did Tab. That's, again, it's just doing too much. It's a way of making your life easier throughout the whole thing. Okay, so I'm on page 84. At the bottom there, we're getting ready to type, how is a Nintendo Wii able to determine, go ahead and type that out. Alright, what you should have done is type from page 84, so how is a Nintendo Wii console able to determine the location of a Wii remote while a player interacts with the game? The answer is triangulation. A process determines the location of an object by measuring the angles from two or more fixed points. That, what I just read, was from 84 to 85. So make sure you type those two paragraphs out, or two sentences, okay? I'm at the bottom of page 86. What we're going to do is create what's called an autocorrect entry. There's some words that you may always misspell, or you'll spell one way even though it's correct, but it's actually meant the other way. This way, this is what we can do, make like our last names. If it doesn't recognize your last name, it underlines it. You can actually make it so it adds it to your file. So that's what we're getting ready to do. I'm on 86. So we need to go up to File, Options. Under the options on the left hand side here where it says Proofing, we're going to go to Autocorrect Options. Okay, and then right here I'm on the top of page 87. They want us to type in the word SENSER, and we want to be replaced with SENSOR. Okay, so that's how I normally spell it, and this is how it should be spelled. Okay. If it's not added, we need to add it. So like, say like I always misspell I spell assignment AS like that, and it should be assignment. Alright, that's how I can go and say add, okay? Or if I misspell my name, I want to be replaced with that, I can just do that. I can do that. So every time I type Mr. S, it's going to find it and go with that. This is actually really cool. You can do a lot of acronyms like LOL. I can put laugh out loud. So every time I write the word LOL, it will replace it with laugh out loud. Okay, so don't do that. You can mess with it, but don't spend too much time messing with that. Okay, but for what the book wanted us to do, it was already in there, so we should be good. All right, hit replace. Yes, and hit OK. And we're okay with that. So now I'm on page 88. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys type that out. Page 88 right in the middle says to enter more text. Alright, here I should have, so I wanted to show you what the first line ended. On page 88, I just kept typing. But what I should have done is I should have hit enter and then type that paragraph. And what you'll notice when I hit enter, see how it automatically tabs in? That's what we want to do. Okay. Alright, so I'm at the top of page 89. We're going to change what's called the bibliography style, which means the style or the type of paper. In college, there's a bunch of ways that a paper is supposed to be written. Like there's MLA, APA, Chicago. There's all these different styles. The most common that we'll know as a high schooler, when you're doing a lot of your research papers from sophomore year on, freshman year on up, definitely your senior year, and definitely college. College, that's all you do is write papers. Projects, papers, presentations. Okay, learn. I mean, it's in a nutshell. Most papers are written in MLA or APA. Okay, this particular paper in most high school is written in APA or MLA. Majority of the time it's MLA. So it's the easier format of citing our paper, the way it looks, how it's written. It's just simpler for everybody. Okay, but on page 89, what they want us to do is we're going to go up here to references, and where it says style. Yours is probably already on APA. We want to be on MLA. The book says 6th edition, doesn't matter. We want to be on MLA. That's the key to it. MLA. Okay, nothing really happens, but it will later on. Okay. All right, page 90. We're going to insert a citation and create its source. Okay, so I should be blinking at the end of this paragraph where it says each of the baseline. We're going to go up here to references. Insert citation, add a new source, and it brings up this window. What this is anything that I steal information from. That's research paper where you're researching, taking info to collect it, put it on one thing to show learning, to show understanding, to show knowledge, obtain, blah, blah, blah. That's where we go to kind of put all of our info that we've gathered in one place. Okay? So right here, the next thing they want us to do, they want us to choose on page 890, click add new source. We did that. Click on the type of source box and then make sure we have selected article and a periodical. So I need to click on that, choose article and a periodical. Now it's just from here, you just fill in the name of the stuff. Alright, so we're going to put Janes, comma, Malila. I don't know, I'm trying to pronounce that name. Go to title, how surveyors measure and calculate angles. Periodical title, today's modern surveyor, year 2012, month, March. You can type it out or abbreviate it. And the pages that I use are 30 through 48. Okay, leave everything else the same. Don't type anything. This right here is show all bibliography fields. This is if you have more information. I'm going to click it so you can see it. And this is if you have, you know who the editor is, publisher, edition, volume. There's a lot of info that can be put in there. If I stole the book offline, etc. Hit OK. And what you'll notice is that it puts Janes right down here. Okay. Now I'm at the bottom of 91. Edit citation. It says this. Right click somewhere in here. Oops. click, and then you have this little option that pops up. See, what's going to happen is people are going to be sneaky and be lazy. You're going to type that in, and you're going to miss a step. This is a very important step. If you do it correctly, you get this box around it. But we want to click this arrow, and then where it says we're going to edit citation. Here we're going to type in the words 30 through 48. Make sure we're going to hit OK. And what it does, it should put the word Jane's 30 through 48, which we did. Okay. Now I'm at the page, bottom of page 92. That's where I'm going to leave you be. Okay, so we should have finished out the end of that paragraph. So we're going to save. Let's go ahead and save mine. All right, now I'm on page 93. We're going to do what's called insert a footnote. Okay, length of the baseline. Okay, make sure I'm good here. What we're going to do is make sure at the end of the paragraph, we're going to go up to references over here where it says insert footnote. And what you notice is it puts us at the bottom of the page. It gives us this line. This is if we have further information. It kind of makes no sense to what we're writing about. Okay. At the top of page 94, we're going to go ahead and type that. It says Cordoba and Sarkis state that electronic theodolites calculate angles automatically and then send the calculated angles to a computer for analysis. Got some misspelled words there. Angles the two. There we go. Alright, so we're not done. Now we got it typed in there. What we're going to do now, much like we did with Jane's, we're going to add something we're going to come back to later. It's called a placeholder. This was a citation. This is a placeholder for a citation. So we're going to go up to Insert, Placeholder, and it's like you see at the bottom of page 94. We're going to type in Cordoba. And don't hit space when you type A. Just type Cordoba, and right at the end of A, just let it be. You hit space, then let you hit OK. I don't know, it's a goofy thing. You want to hit OK. You notice it put that right down there. All right. What we have to do now is we have to modify how this looks down here. We got to make it look just like the rest of the paper, double space, Times New Roman, etc. We don't do that by highlighting and going to the top. We actually have to modify, change the footnote area. Okay. So we're going to right click down here anywhere. We're going to go up here to Style. And it should bring you this option. Now I'm on the page. I just went from 90. I'm on page 96. We're going to go here to where it says Modify. We need to make sure we change this to 12. We need to make sure we choose this option. Then we're going to go down here to Format. And we're going to go to Paragraph. And where it says Line Spacing, we need to make sure it says Double. And where it says Special, we need to make sure that's first line. And then we hit OK. Hit OK. Apply. And what you notice happened is that it changed this from being single spaced all in one to being. That's for me. Alright. Alright guys, so I'm going to leave you be there. You're at the bottom of page 97. You won't need my help right now. I want you to try doing it without me, okay? Alright guys, I'm at the bottom of page 97 where it says to edit the source. We're going to click on it. It brings this option to the box. Click on the box, then we're going to hit it. Edit source. Edit citation is what you see. The source is the information for it, okay? And then I'm on page 98. We need to change it to make sure it's on book. And then just fill out the information that you see. Cordoba, Nick, Ullis, E. And here's a key important because there's more than one author. We got to make sure we do this correctly. And that is period, comma, semicolon. Period, comma, semicolon. Sarkis, Kara, A, and then period. Okay, and then the rest is pretty easy to title. The surveyors, The year 2012, city, Orlando, publisher, Orange County Press. And hit OK. Perfect. Now we're on page 99. So now we're going to edit the way it looks. So we're going to click on the arrow, go to Edit Citation. Here's where we need to type in number 25 and click Author and Title. Hit OK. And it should be just the number 25. Okay. Now I'm on page 100, and at the bottom of page 100, you got to type in the rest of that paragraph by hitting Enter, and then there we go. Okay. So I'm gonna leave you there, and we'll get going. All right, we're at the bottom of page 101. We're just gonna do a little word count. Click on that, and that shows you where we're at. You don't have to worry about the numbers. You might be off a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Okay. All right, we're on page 102, and again, it's just typing more paragraphs, and that's where I'm going to stop you. I'm going to let you guys go.